Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again as we're continuing our special Black Friday coverage for you guys today. We're simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X. Going to bring in those tuning in over on IG so they can be a part of our chat for today as well. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. Have a returning guest that's joining us today. Excited to be able to speak with her about her brand new coloring book. You guys probably saw me talk about it earlier in our show that we had on Amazon, Peaceful Transformation. Also, of course, you see her book here, The Quintessential Woman, as well. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see some of the books by our next guest. We're excited to welcome back Dr. Anissa Short to our broadcast today. You guys know her not only as an author, she's a speaker, a publisher. I want to talk to her about a very busy 2025, but also about her new books that are helping to inspire and also to motivate you as well. Anissa, welcome back to the broadcast.
Hi, Cyrus. Thank you so much for another opportunity to hang out with you in this space.
Well, look, I appreciate that. So let me first say, before we get into that, because you have not been on with us, Anissa, since we made our big breaking record event in Wednesday, October the 29th.
Oh my gosh.
Record event is coming up literally on a month since that happened. So I want to first of all say thank you so much for being a part of that day. It was truly incredible. Your interview actually is coming up on Daily Dose of Good News. I think it's next week.
Okay.
But I want to ask you on a selfish note, what was it like for you to be a part of the day that day?
Listen, I want to say thank you for extending the opportunity, because when I heard about it, I got so excited for you. And then it dawned on me, well, why am I excited 2.5 hours away? I can be excited at the event. And so I came to support. So being there was phenomenal. Congratulations on breaking the record. But the atmosphere, the camaraderie, being able to connect with people that I already had, established a connection with, like, Dr. Taz and Tina Simmons. And then to have opportunity to meet people that I had not met before. And then for Shell Purcell to show up, I'm like, oh my God, is that her? Yeah, that's her. So you created an opportunity for connectivity. You created a opportunity for people to be able to not only meet, but if they choose to even collaborate later. And so I love to be in spaces like that. I love meeting people. I'm a social butterfly anyway, but most importantly, I wanted to support you. So thank you again for allowing us to do that. And again, congratulations.
Well, thank you. And I want to say on another level of that, in fact, for those who are watching us on today's episode of Daily Dose of Good News, you'll see another individual I met because of Anissa. So I want to say to you, thank you so much, not only for supporting, but also inviting others who I got a chance to meet who I didn't know before. I had the same experience you had. There were several people there out of the 48 that I interviewed I'd never met before. So I appreciate that as well. But that goes to a bigger thing for you. Hello to you, Dawson. Good to see you over there on IG. A bigger thing about you and your platform, Anissa. You mentioned you're being a social butterfly. I'm actually a natural introvert. People find it hard to believe, but it really is true. What has it been like for you to use your platform, Anissa, to be able to not only build a coalition of like-minded individuals, but also to pour into them the way that you are able to?
So that's a very interesting question, Cyrus. In all honesty, my endeavor on making connections is never about me. It's really about meeting others and finding out more about them and how I can assist. Because I truly believe what you make happen for others, it happens for you inadvertently. And so even when I moved to North Carolina several years ago, I was like, how did I end up here? Okay, well, if I'm here, I should bloom where I'm planted. And so before I even expect anyone to give to me or to support me, I must first plant a seed. And so that's what I look at. Building relationships is about planting seeds and building rapport. Everybody's not going to be an immediate connection. Everybody may not be the best fit. But jokingly, what happened over time is that people start referring to me as the plug or the connector because I knew everybody. And I'm like, well, I know a lot of people, true. But it was always about how can I, who are you? What do you do? And how can I assist in helping you in some capacity? And sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, but it doesn't hurt to connect.
Yeah, such a great point. Danielle H. Music, hello to you over there on IG. Glad to see you. Big Sleep Rich, hello to you over there on IG as well. Appreciate you guys over there on YouTube as well. If you guys have any questions or comments for Dr. Anissa, make sure you guys put those in the chat. But that leads to another thing, and I'm going to bring up this book that I have here for you guys on Amazon. I'm going to highlight it for you guys, The Quintessential Woman. That's the last time I spoke with Dr. Anissa on this program was about this book. Because that brings up this point, Anissa, that I think is so powerful for our audience to think about right now, especially as we're getting ready to wrap up this year. Yes, that's a gift of yours, but the difference in you and so many other people is you actually are using it. We both know people who are terribly gifted that
Yeah.
do nothing with it. What has helped you to get past any obstacles or challenges or self doubt that may come up and actually pursue and use your gift the way that you do?
It's very important for people to truly understand who they are as a person.
Hmm.
This was not immediate for me. What I'm doing now really is something I've done my whole life to some degree. I
Got it.
just didn't identify it as such. It wasn't until I got a little older and worked in various sectors that I realized that I am by nature a gifted to teach and to encourage. And so, and once I realized that, because I've been a teacher mentor on various jobs, that type of thing. People have said I was encouraging. It wasn't that I put myself out there to be. It's just it came in, it's like an innate ability. Once
Sure.
I identified it and truly embraced it, I was like, well, if it's a gift that's been given to me, then it behooves me to use it. And what way in which can I use it? So yeah, I've been in the entrepreneurial space, so I started there. I believe all of us have gifts and talents. Some of them have been given to us innately. We're wired as such, and so whatever vocation that we're the privilege to be a part of, that's where we're supposed to shine brightest and use those gifts and talents. And so that's pretty much where it has landed for me. It really is. That's the best way I can explain it.
Got it. And you and I, one thing that we definitely have in common, Anissa, is we believe in trying to help raise other people up. You and I were talking before we went live here about the anthologies you've been able to do. Hey, Wendy, or sad to see you over there on Amazon. One of them is Becoming the Shero, the military edition. And the reason why we were talking about it, because someone that I recently had on Amazon Live, Michelle McKinney, who made her first appearance, I actually met her because of you. And she was telling me that she was a part of this book. I'm like, wait a minute, I read that book.
Yeah.
But I didn't put the connection together that it was her. What has that been like for you to see people take advantage of the opportunities? You mentioned it does. Everyone's not going to do it. I've had to learn that the hard way. You
Right.
can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
That's
So
true.
what has it been like for you to see people take advantage of the opportunities like Michelle has done and actually be able to thrive in that space?
That's a great question. Michelle was actually a referral. When I started that, when I put out my all points bulletin of that particular book, which is one book of three in the
Mhm.
series of Becoming a Shero, she and a mutual friend of ours named Tisa referred me to Michelle. She says, Anissa, I'd love to participate in the project. I can't right now, but I know the person who would be perfect for it. And that's how I met Michelle. Not knowing that Michelle had plans to author her own book, but just really didn't know the direction she wanted to take. She had been participating. She chose to participate in my book, that project, but she was also a part of another project simultaneously. And after both books were published, she came back to me and said, I want to publish my own book, but I want you to be my mentor. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. And then I asked her why. And so, because I wanted to know really the reason. She had another group she could have worked with. And so we've been connected since then. That book was the first. The second one, it was the Titus 2 Principle, which is all about mentorship. She was
Mhm.
a part of the anthology with that one. And then she stepped out on her own and published her first book this year.
Yeah. And what a great thing! And Unshaken, it's a great book. I had a chance to get it and read it myself. And like I said, we had a great conversation here on Amazon about it. And that then, of course, shows again how your platform has really been able to broaden. Then, Anissa, again, I have the book here. The last time you were on, the quintessential woman that we discussed, dealing with the principle of Proverbs. Now you have this, which is different but still in the same vein. Peaceful transformation. Talk to us about what led you to this. I mean, adult coloring books are very popular here on
Yeah.
Amazon, but this is more than just a coloring book. Talk to us about how this came about.
2025 was all about assisting women from a therapeutic place, I guess you could say, to serve as another, of course, extension of what I do to be inspirational from that perspective. What I did not realize fully when the idea of a coloring book came to mind was how therapists even use coloring books when they're working with their clients. They suggest, Dr. Norma has always been a big advocate of journaling. Dr. Norma is my mentor. Hey, Dr. Norma. But in addition to that, I didn't realize coloring books were considered a therapy piece. And I
Mm,
was like, really? I know I enjoy coloring and
yeah.
always have. But I was with a group of ladies who talked about creating coloring books, and they were doing this, their coloring books with their children and things of that nature. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna create one for women because we wear a lot of hats. We're always on the go. Sometimes we don't have we don't make the time for ourselves. And so I said a coloring book is a soothing way to take a breather, whether you're in the carpool line or just sitting in the garage, or between point A and point B, is something that you can keep with you at all times and provide you with that respite that's oftentimes we can't have in an extended period of time, but maybe for 15 to 20 minutes. And so Peaceful Transformation was born. I didn't want just colors or images. I wanted positive quotes or scriptures that point to peace, joy, the things that build us up and inspire.
Yeah, and you definitely have delivered that. Our audience will be seeing my video review I did of the book as well, and Dr. Anissa, later on today on social. But I want to say this too, and again, I get it because your platform is primarily women. I think as a guy, book is great for guys too. Is that something you've heard from other guys too?
No, well, except for my husband, but he's my husband, so he's gonna say yes. He's supportive of everything that I do. But you're saying that, and he said that too. I thought about either creating another coloring book that would be applicable for both men and women, or doing one exclusively for me. And I haven't. This is not going to be my last coloring book for sure, but I have gotten a lot of positive feedback from those who've secured a copy.
Got it. And it is available, of course, here on Amazon. You guys can see we have it highlighted here. That's how I got my copy here. I want to reset real quick. Wendy Orsad on Amazon says a lot of people unwind by coloring create stillness. I totally agree with that, Wendy. And I think anything that kind of takes us out of the hustle and bustle of the day,
Exactly.
I think it's just great to be able to do. Is better than ended up in the news. You know,
Unless you're in the news for coloring,
right,
or
right. Well,
something like
yeah,
that, right?
yeah, yeah. On paper, not on somebody.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
I want to say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live, and we're simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. Dr. Anissa Short is back with us today. I'm trying to behave, but she's not letting me. We're talking with her about her busy 2025 that has included several projects, including the one you guys see here, Peaceful Transformation. Have it highlighted in the carousel. The book I had up here earlier, if you guys missed it, was The Quintessential Woman. You all can see it there based on Proverbs 31. And she has other books here too. So you can notice some of those in the carousel on the Amazon side. But also, of course, for you guys joining us on the social media platforms, we have a link to bring you guys over. I want to ask you this question about, you mentioned Dr. Norma, which is how I connected with you
Yes.
initially, Anissa, because Chosen Pen, and I'm looking at it right now on the back of this book, has gone through some changes. You've been a big part of that. You now have a Chosen Pen group. What has it been like for you to help provide a platform where others can be able to not only to share their projects with the world, but also get that guidance like you're able to provide?
It's been a joy. It's a journey I never imagined. When I connected with Dr. Norma back, I don't know, 10 years, 2017, 8 years ago, I guess it was, I was actually reaching out to her to publish a book, my very first. Never in a million years would I've imagined that it would go from publishing my first book to having now published 11 books to now being at the helm of assisting other people publish their books. And not only that, showcasing them and all the things that we do within the umbrella of Chosen Pen. It's
Mm-hmm.
not something I saw for myself. I never would have imagined what I'm doing now, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Miss Constable, hello to you over there on IG. Glad you could be able to join us as well. If you're coming in late, and I see you guys over there on Facebook too, don't worry. The replay of this will be up on whatever platform you're joining us on, so don't worry. You'll be able to catch that. So what are you looking forward to? We're at the end of November, which is hard to believe. December is literally just days away, Anissa. What is it that you're excited about as we're wrapping up 2025?
I just the other day I created a video because I went back to look at the recap of what we've already accomplished. Usually in the month of December, because it's filled with hustle and bustle of the holidays, I don't do a lot of. We're really winding the year down and gearing up for the next year. Is usually how I dedicate December with my team and everything. And so I wanted to do a recap, and what I realized was that 2025, even though it was a year of a lot of change, we still managed to support the publishing of 23 titles,
Mm,
which was awesome. I moved, as you know.
yeah.
And then, of course, Chosen Pen went through a rebrand. We've had a lot to happen in this year, but I'm very much optimistic about 2026. I've already laid the foundation of some work here in my new area, and I'm looking to build more relationships and to strengthen even the ones already established. I believe we're going to do more in 2026. We're going to help more people in 2026. Our platform is going to be greater in 2026, and I believe that influence is going to make a difference. And so I'm putting pen to paper to set some goals, some really big goals, and I'm excited about it. And you're going to be very much a part of that. So just get ready, Cyrus, if you could squeeze us in.
Oh, you already know I'm there. Just let me know for sure. As you were talking, though, I was just thinking about the things that I do know, Anissa, that you do, and one of the things that is so big that both of us are a part of right now is the way media is changing. You have your own media brand too that you're building. What has it been like for you to see? And I share information with you, and as I share with my team about the shifting worlds of of broadcasting and people getting information the way that they are, the way that we're doing now is becoming more and more popular and important.
Mhm.
What has it been like for you to be at the forefront of that, but also to show people the importance of not taking their eye off the ball when it comes to taking advantage of opportunities like this?
It's so important that we not shun change. I said you got to be prepared to pivot. And in 2020, when the pandemic,
Hmm.
the whole COVID-19 thing
Yeah.
happened, those who were not willing to pivot don't even exist. It's like certain brands and certain people in
Mhm.
business, they phased out. You've got to be willing to pivot. And one of the things I will say is that with my being at the forefront of conversations with Chosen Pen. It happened because of Dr. Norma. Honestly, I was
Mhm.
kind of thrust into this position. But not only that, I have another podcast that's going to be launching in 2026 with another friend.
Mhm.
Meet me at the marketplace, which is going to be focusing on entrepreneurs and
Oh,
making an impact in that area. But I'll say this: the circle that you choose to be around and that you allow to pour into you is so important. And it's because of Dr. Norma that I was able to hone in and be a part of this media platform. But then not only that, as you mentioned earlier, I met you in the course,
mhm.
a leader in all things influence when it comes to that. And so, plugging into your workshops and watching you at a distance is like, I wonder how he does this. I'm going to do the same thing, because the people in your circle are the ones that provide you with the next steps,
Yeah.
that are the leaders. And so while someone might be interested in pursuing, you can't do it. We were never meant to be an island unto ourselves. It takes those important others to help us get to the next place.
Yeah. And I tell people too, I'm learning as well. I mean, things are changing so much, and you have to be open to the point Anissa just made. You have to be open to learning first.
Right,
You know everything, but also then actually implementing. And a lot of people take information in, but they don't do anything with that information.
right.
They wonder why things aren't changing. So I think that's it. I think 2026 is going to be a big year. I know for my brand, I've already been telling my team, I can already see it in the numbers. I mean, we're doubling our numbers now going into 2026. And I know it's because of the emphasis we're putting on things like Amazon, things like YouTube,
Right.
and the changes even happening on Threads. Threads are a very big opportunity right now in growing over there. So I think there's so many things there. So you've kind of let us know what's coming up, Dr. Anissa. How can our audience stay connected with you and keep up with everything as it goes along?
Well, they can always follow me on social media. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Dr. Anissa Short. They can find me those places. They can go to the Chosen Pen Group website, which is simply chosenpengroup.com. And then, of course, the Chosen Pen Facebook page, was we post things there, so to keep us abreast of, so that you can stay abreast of what we've got going. We're in the midst of, we experienced change middle of 2025. We're still finalizing a lot of those changes and pivots so that we can hit 2026 strong and have things in place. It's funny to assist someone with all the publishing things, and it's another thing to be like in charge. I'm like, I guess I need to do that, don't I? That type of thing. So
Right.
I'm excited about 26. I'm excited about the people that I'm going to have opportunity to work with. And so, yeah, just follow us on social media and you won't go wrong.
Love that. Dr. Anissa, great to speak with you again. Congratulations on another big year. Thank you again for being a part of our big event of this year, and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thanks so much, Cyrus. I look forward to the next chat as well.
All right, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Make sure you guys stay where you are as we're continuing on this Black Friday. At the top of the next hour, I'm speaking with another short. Dr. Alfonso Short will be joining me to talk about his books as well, so you definitely won't want to miss that. I want to say also, as a quick note, I saw someone say it on YouTube, don't worry if you're coming in late. The replay of this will be up available after we wrap up here, so you can be able to check that out. For all of you guys who are joining us across the social media platforms, glad to have all of you with us. For our Amazon Live family, thank you so much for everything. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.